Well, we found out where all the GPUs are going, and The Witcher 3 is getting a huge graphics upgrade. Let's talk about it. Before that, this video is brought to you by RGB Swap, a better alternative to eBay that I really think you should take a look at. RGB Swap is a marketplace exclusively for selling and buying computer parts that offers much lower fees than competitors such as eBay, as well as greater protection against scams. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, you're guaranteed to be protected since all orders have to be paid for first, and the funds are held for 48 hours after the buyer receives the item or they leave feedback, ensuring that you never get sold a bad item. Additionally, all disputes are manually reviewed and PayPal is used exclusively for an extra layer of security. I gotta tell you guys, I like this website a lot and I really want it to take off as a better alternative to eBay, so please, if you're interested in buying or selling PC parts online, click the link in the description below and give it a shot. I think you'll really like it. So far in 2021, it has been incredibly difficult to get your hands on any form of gaming technology whatsoever, whether we're talking about getting that new PS5, Xbox Series X, or, especially getting that new video card has been near impossible. And now, a lot of this has to do with the extremely high demand that is just completely unprecedented. I mean, if you take a look at, say, Steam surveys right now, you'll see that, the amount of gamers that are playing games right now is far, far higher than it has ever been. So this is definitely contributing to the amount of people who are looking for new gaming consoles as well as video cards. However, that is not the only reason as to why these new video cards and consoles are incredibly difficult to find. Now, especially looking at video cards, another major factor which is playing into why you can't actually find any of these for a reasonable price is that there's a huge mining boom going on. So these GPU miners and these GPU mining farms are buying up absolutely every single video card they can, as if you can get your hands on a video card right now, you can mine different cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, which run very well off of your standard gaming desktop GPUs. So of course, all these giant mining farms are just buying absolutely every single thing they can find. And a little bit ago, Nvidia decided to release what they call their CMP-HX graphics cards, which are essentially especially tuned gaming cards that were made specifically for mining. Now, according to Nvidia, these wouldn't have made the cut for GeForce gaming cards. However, whether or not that's true, that's something that we may end up actually never figuring out. However, either way, it looks like there's a lot of these graphics cards that are being sold. I've been seeing a whole lot of various different articles that have been being put up online that are showing that yes, a ton of these various different CMP-HX mining graphics cards are being created, and this is likely going to be cutting into the amount of gaming cards that are going to be able to be produced, as it is likely very profitable for Nvidia to sell these directly to miners, as they are very expensive video cards, and some of them are actually even based off of what appears to be last generation cards as well. So yeah, a lot of these GPUs that you maybe could have been getting your hands on do appear to be showing up in the hands of mining operations, unfortunately. And according to a videocards.com article that's based off of something that originally came over from the website MyDrivers, well, it looks like mining has gotten so bad that despite the fact that certain regions over in China have banned GPU mining altogether, it looks like people are trying to smuggle in these CMP-HX graphics cards to continue doing it anyway, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And so if we take a look at this article here, we can see that it looks like actually 300 CMP-30HX mining cards were seized by authorities. And it looks like here there are people who are just, despite the fact that they're apparently not supposed to be able to be doing this, they're going to try and go through with it anyway because it's just that profitable right now. And China specifically has very, very cheap energy. This is why they're responsible, at least according to videocards.com, for about 65% of the mining worldwide. So yeah, it looks like a lot of these GPUs are being turned into these CMP-HX mining cards, and they are ending up in the hands of miners, unfortunately. So it's getting harder and harder for gamers to get them, despite the fact that some of these regions are actually banning mining. However, your next question may be, well, when is this all going to end? When is the mining boom gonna, come to a close? And that's something that, unfortunately, I just can't fully tell you right now. There's just too many factors at play. It could continue at its current trajectory. It could end up Bitcoin could be worth a whole bunch of money, and Ethereum could be worth a whole bunch of money as well, or it could completely come to a crash. There's just no way of fully telling at this point. However, there is one piece of good news I do want to leave you with before we move on to that next story. And, at least in my opinion, I do believe that the amount of demand in terms of, at least on the gaming side, is likely going to reduce, as a lot more people are going to start to feel more comfortable going out and spending their money, maybe going on a cruise or going on an airplane to go places. So they'll be spending their money on vacations. Maybe they'll be going out to dinner more, as well as more and more people get the jab. So I think, yeah, a lot of people are going to be more comfortable spending their money on other things and probably aren't going to want to be held up inside all day every day. So yeah, they're probably going to be spending a little bit less money on gaming stuff. So that may end up leading to a lot less competition for you, but hey, if mining continues to get more and more profitable, that may end up not actually mattering too much. But overall, I do believe it is going to get a little bit easier to buy video cards soon, probably in the next, couple months here. It should get a little bit easier, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that front, because right now, it's not good. But now let's go ahead and talk about that huge graphics upgrade that's coming to The Witcher 3. So this story actually comes from the Witcher3.com, and they have a little article that I'm going to read a snippet out of, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. So according to the article, this is what they had to say about the huge Witcher 3 graphics upgrade. Quote, developed to take advantage of the most powerful gaming hardware, the next-gen edition of the game will feature a range of visual and technical improvements, including ray tracing and faster loading times across the base game, both expansions and all extra content. The next generation edition of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will release as a standalone purchase for PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5, as well as a free update for everyone who already owns the game on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. And according to Raydeck over on Twitter, this apparently will be launching in the second half of 2021. So yeah, that's actually coming up pretty soon here. That won't be too long of a wait, and this is definitely really exciting news, as I'm a huge fan of The Witcher 3. It was definitely one of my favorite RPGs of all time. It doesn't necessarily have all the technical RPG elements that you would expect out of a traditional RPG. However, it does have an absolutely fantastic story. I absolutely love the characters, and I just had a great time playing this game. I know some people weren't a huge fan of the combat, but personally, I did really like it. So, any graphics upgrade or remaster that can come to this project is definitely welcome, at least for me. And, I think this is definitely a good thing, because a lot of people were a little bit underwhelmed by the graphics considering the stuff that they showed off at that E3 presentation. So if we can get anywhere near to that, that's definitely good. And, seeing ray tracing in this game definitely makes sense. They brought it to Cyberpunk 2077, so it would only be natural to bring it back to The Witcher 3, as they are technically on the same engine. So it would really only require a little bit of tweaking. That's definitely good to hear. And I'm going to be excited to see what other graphics upgrades are going to come with this addition to the game. Is it going to be like a full remaster? Is it going to have completely different visuals altogether? Or is it just going to be little tweaks? That's something we'll just have to wait and see on. But either way, I'm really excited for this. But hey, that's just what I think. Are you excited for The Witcher 3 Remastered? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to drop a like. Every time you do so, AMD and Nvidia get more stock. Also, if you want to see more, click here. You won't be disappointed.